Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest and exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. If you're a frequent viewer of the show, you've no doubt seen this vehicle. It's the Dauber Cruiser. Yes, it is a family vehicle. I use it every day, and I have two little kids, and I never have any time to maintain the appearance of this vehicle, as you can see. So I guarantee you we are faking nothing here. But to clean it up, I can get professional results, and there's an easy way to do it. And Dan, the Tornador is my key to success in cleaning up this vehicle. Tell me what it is and how it works.
Yeah, so Tornador is a professional line of detailing tools. It's a pneumatic air tool that works on all sorts of things: cars, SUVs, trucks, RVs, motorcycles, boats, pretty much anything with an interior and an exterior it'll work on.
And what kind of interior surfaces are we talking?
So fabric, carpet, headliners, seat belts, plastic, vinyl, even leather you can use it on with the right cleaner. And how it works is it's a patented technology this is the Classic. This was introduced in the early 2000s, almost 20 years. And how it works is it's a patented tornado vortex action in here. So this, when you hook it up and you push the trigger, it will shoot out a chemical through here and it'll start creating that tornado action. And it's going to put the chemical in and it's going to draw all that dirt and debris out of the fabric or the seat or the carpet or whatever you're working on. So all the dirt ends up going back into the cone, leaving you with a clean, dry surface within 10-15 minutes.
You sell the Classic and that works great, but there's a new and improved model. How's it different?
Yeah, so this is the Z020 Tornador Black. As you can see, this has the plastic weighted tube, as I mentioned before. This has a stainless steel ball bearing rotate set. So this is going to give you a little bit more power, and it's also going to give you more working hours. So if you needed to use this every day, you know, multiple cars a day, this would be the one to go with, because you'll run this way farther out with no repairs, no needing to get a new one or anything like that. So for the professional, everyday, multiple use, heavy duty use, that's going to be where this one comes into play. How
many professionals are using this, and what's their alternative to the Tornador?
It seems like almost everybody, you know, every dealership I visit, every detail shop typically has a Tornador in it. And, you know, the advantage to it is really the labor savings and the time savings and the efficiency. So instead of going in every nook and cranny with a brush and an extractor or a vacuum, you can get into it with this and really clean out those areas way quicker than you could by hand.
What do you find with folks that are picking up the Tornador compared to their old extractor?
Yeah, so the extractor still has a place in the industry. I'm not saying it doesn't. You know, I like to use it on carpet. On seats, it seems to oversaturate a little bit more, and you're trying to dry out that vehicle for hours before it's dry.
So how long does the Tornador take to dry?
So once you're done with this and you do it, you know, you put the chemical in, and you can also turn this to air and just shoot air in there so that it dries as well. So after you do that, within 10-15 minutes, your seats, your carpets, headliner, seat belts, those are all going to be dry.
All right, let's see how it works. You've already done the mixing here,
yep,
and the one we have in here. How does that part work?
Yeah, so you just take your 2-ounce bottle of the TC enzyme, put it into your jar, fill the rest up with water, and you're good to go.
No measuring, just dump it in?
Nope, exactly.
Perfect. All right, let's see how the Tornador works here. We're going to hook it up to the air. We've got air here. You can hook it up to your compressor at home. And what was the PSI on this that you need?
Anywhere between 78 and 90 is the sweet spot.
Okay, great.
All right, and then I'm going to turn this on to liquid, make sure that I have enough coming out, and then I will come in here and work on these two stains that are in here.
Sure hope this works. Oh my God. That is unbelievable.
So just with a couple passes there, I'm going to turn this now back to air, and I can dry this. And you can feel this too, it's really not that wet. And then, you know, even with, now I'll just take the air and dry it out even more.
Oh my gosh. That couldn't be easier. You get pro results and so little effort with that.
Exactly, exactly.
The drying is what fascinates me.
Yep, and the best part too is that since there's enzymes in here, they'll continue to work and continue to provide some odor refresher as well. And if you want to speed up your dry time, you can purchase a Velocity Vac and hook it up to your Tornador Black. And what that's going to do is allow you to vacuum the whole entire car. With that, it actually adds extra suction to it, to your wet dry vac, and you can use that on seats, carpets, you know.
Clean up debris, and you even get faster drying time.
Exactly, yes.
Looks like I have some work to do on the rest of the vehicle once we're done here. Super simple. You can check these guys out at tornador.us. You are going to love this thing, and trust me, it gets results. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coating, so do not touch that dial.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM radio since 1977. And by Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system.
Thanks for cruising along with Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. You know, diesel engines for a long time were known as utilitarian devices or something for good fuel mileage, but not anymore. Diesel engines are all about performance, and when you're talking about diesel performance, especially in trucks like this, we're talking about MB Diesel, your one-stop shop for all things diesel performance. Now here, McCoy, you brought a cool array of parts here. Tell me about your catalog at MB Diesel and what you guys offer.
So we range everything from your stock repair stuff all the way up to your high horsepower performance builds. It really depends on what your goal is, and that is going to depend on which way we send you as a customer.
Now, what's the process like if somebody is building a truck? Do they call you?
Certainly. So email, call in. We will discuss what you're planning on doing with the truck, the vehicle. We do everything from your tow builds all the way up to your high horsepower performance stuff. Most of what we like to do is more in the repair side of things as far as just your stock rebuilds go, in and out. But we will gladly, depending on what your focus is and what you want to do with the truck, build anything and everything.
And you can't do what you do without quality parts. How important is that for you to offer the best stuff out there?
Correct, very, very much so. We have been tremendously blessed throughout the years with the people that have gotten behind us as far as industrial injection, Keaton Machine, D&J Precision Machine, all those guys that have helped us out with not only parts, but just being able to ask questions too as well. It speaks volumes for itself. It's quality parts go a long ways and very strict on what we use.
And here's a sampling of some of the parts you do use. Now tell me about here, this front cover.
Yes, sir. So back to Keaton Machine, we get a lot of our billet accessories from Shelly Keaton. Billet front cover here, you've got your billet tappet cover. These are mainly for cleaning up your engine bay. They're not going to add any kind of power or strength type necessity to it, but it's going to look good under the hood.
Good dealeration is looking good,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
That's 90% of the battle is looking the part. Outside of that, you get more into your hard parts, which are going to make a difference in the engine. Back to depending on what you're going to do with the truck is going to depend on whether you get a stock rod or whether you get a billet rod. We offer anything from stock rods all the way up to billet Carrillos, Waggler, Street Fighters, stuff of that nature. We sell them all. ARP head studs, back to towing versus street setups and racing setups and stuff of that nature. Several different grades of studs, cams, pistons here. You've got, depending on what size cam you run is going to depend on what we do to your piston setup. You've got a stock piston compared to a steel monotherm piston. One is not going to take nitrous nearly as good as the other. So back to goals, what you're going to do with the vehicle is going to depend on what we recommend.
And no matter what people want to do, you've got them covered parts-wise. A lot of other folks sell parts.
Yep.
And sell good parts.
Yes, sir.
So what about MB Diesel sets you apart from some of the others that are out there?
Our service. We try to be there for the customer, do everything that we can do. Our main objective throughout the day is how can we keep the customer happy. Takes a toll on us, but we're there for that person.
The owner of this very truck loves the service at MB Diesel, says you can't do without it.
I can call McCoy anytime if I need parts or any type of service, and he gets right back to me and can get anything that I need. Quality parts and good service. Compared to other companies, there is no comparison. They're definitely top tier performance and service.
On the weekends, you can find Austin behind the wheel of this great-looking Dodge truck, and it's a build by you guys at MB Diesel. Andrew, tell me about the power plant here.
Okay, it's a 6.7 Cummins diesel. It's been sleeve blocked down to a 40 over 5.9. As far as fuel, we're using DDP for our fuel. For air, we're using a stainless diesel 485 Godfather turbocharger. It's got external turbo smart wastegates. It makes roughly 1,300 or so on fuel, and you know, we compensate a lot more power with nitrous to the upper ends of 1,800.
1,800 horsepower out of this?
Yes.
And you're doing it reliably? You can.
Yep, reliably. Yep, our main goal is to keep drive pressure down, keep drive pressure and boost 1-to-1 to keep everything healthy and happy. And like I said, it can be pushed up to the upper ends of 1,800.
Wow, these guys are doing it reliably. They're doing it without blowing up every weekend. Austin loves it. You're going to love it too. Check them out at mbdieselperformance.com, and you can have a truck like this. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coating, so do not go anywhere. We'll be back. Hope you are too.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, the first inclination you're going to have when you run out and buy a Jeep, of course, is to put bigger tires on it. And that's great off-road, and it looks cool. But, Kevin, you're with Revolution Gear and Axle. Folks neglect one detail a lot of times when they put big tires on their Jeep. What's that?
Yeah, so re-gearing your differentials is always overlooked, right? Like you said, you want to put bigger tires on your Jeep, steel bumpers, have it look great on the trails. However, re-gearing probably has the greatest impact on regaining that performance and durability, puts less stress on your drivetrain.
And so, what are some of the things you want to take into consideration when you're doing that?
Yeah, so look here, we have a Jeep here, lifted, 40-inch tires. So that increased tire diameter and the weight of the vehicle, that's going to decrease your engine's RPMs below the optimal power band that the original manufacturer intended on. So by re-gearing, you're going to regain that loss of power, and your fuel economy is going to go up.
And it kind of takes an expert. It's a lot of math in my book. So, so how do you know what gear ratio you actually need?
Yeah, so it depends on what kind of driver you are. Like I said, we have a Jeep here with 40-inch tires. So he's got 538 gears in here, which is right for him. However, if you're a daily driver, and typically most Jeep owners, you might go 35-inch tires, 37-inch tires. So you can go on our website, revolutiongear.com. We've got a gear chart, clear instructions on how to use it. So you go on there, you check the tire size, and you see where you want to be on that RPM band. And from there, daily driver 35s, maybe he goes with 456 ratio gears. That way he regains performance and he gets his fuel economy back. What I did, I've got a JL Rubicon, I've got 37-inch tires. First thing I did, same as everyone else, and then I went to re-gear. So I had a loss of power. I couldn't even use 8th gear until I re-geared, and I had a 30% loss in fuel economy. So like I said, by re-gearing, you're really going to regain that performance.
Well, thanks, Kevin, to tell us how all that actually works here and what makes it happen. Matt is here from Revolution Gear and Axle. What'd you bring for show and tell here, Matt?
Yeah, so right here we have our ring and pinions, which is really the core of what we do. We're a gear company at heart. So we have JL gears right here. We have the 488 ratios. This is going to be your front ring and pinion, which is a reverse rotation, or high pinion as it's known. And then right here we would have our rear ring and pinion, which is a standard rotation.
Gotcha, and you brought some bearings here with you as well. Is that part of a set?
Yes. So it's a master install kit. I like to call it a diff job in a box, but it has absolutely everything you need accompanied with the ring and pinions to do the job. So it's got your all your bearings, all your seals, all your little small parts that you need.
And to finish everything up with the differential, you got these great looking rear diff covers here. Tell me how these are made.
Yeah, so these are American-made diff covers. We always sell them in raw material. We just think that there's so much customizing and cosmetic things that people do to their Jeeps that, you know, we'll send it to you and you can have whatever flavor you like. So this one right here, we powder coated in clear, and then we touch that R to make that R pop, our logo. And then over here we powder coated this in our Revolution green.
And these are super beefy.
They're heavy duty.
Yeah, they are heavy duty. That's awesome. So that takes care of our whole gear ratio problem.
Yes, sir.
Now onto the axle portion of Revolution Gear and Axle. Tell us what you brought here as far as axles go.
Yeah, so we have JK axles here. In the front, we have our JK 4340 chrome moly axles. Larger openings, so we fit the heavy duty, the HDU joints for added strength. In the rear, we have 4140 chromoly, moly, and these are assembled, pressed, ready to go, plug and play.
And how easy are these to actually install? Can I do them at home?
You know, if
I can't, right?
Yeah, if you're mechanically inclined, I mean, you know, I get it. Some of these guys are serious weekend warriors. However, you know, there's a lot of things that go behind it, specialty tools and stuff, you know, and things like that. So we highly recommend that it's done at a professional shop. If that's something that you need to be in touch with, you know, any one of us over at Revolution, whether it's contacting us on our website, revolutiongear.com, or looking us up and calling us, and we can refer you to a preferred shop.
If folks love what they see, where can they buy products from Revolution Gear and Axle?
Yeah, you can always visit our website at revolutiongear.com, but we have distributors nationally, locally, and even internationally.
One thing I really love about this company, both Matt and Kevin are Navy veterans. It is a veteran-owned company. Check them out at revolutiongear.com. We'll return with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings right after this, so gear up for that.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Borla, the world's most winning exhaust. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. PSC Motorsports, your steering experts. And by Tribotex, make your engine last longer.
The Last Coat. They are famous for exterior products for your car to make it look great and to protect it, but also on the interior. They thought of everything that can make your car look great and protect it thanks to Ceratex. Now tell me how this works, Nick.
So Ceratex is our textile protectant. It is going to add great liquid repellency to any type of fabric or upholstery that you apply it to. So you've seen us apply 3 layers here, and now we're going to take some Coca-Cola and we're going to pour it right on here so you guys can see how well it repels.
And the 3 layers were yesterday.
Yes.
So you waited about 24 hours. And
it's about 24 to 48 hour cure time on it. And then you can go ahead and do a demonstration like I'm going to show you here.
Oh my goodness.
So when we move it around, everything's just pretty much going. You can pretty much just take a microfiber and blot everything right back off the surface here.
Parents of young children, pay attention.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about our young kids throwing stuff all over the car. Just keep a microfiber with you and you can have a beautiful looking carpet after they've destroyed it.
Incredible. How often do we need to apply it?
This is going to last about 12 months for you. So if you've had a lot of things getting on here and you're pulling it off, you don't really have to worry about it. You just 12 months down the road, reapply it and you're good to go.
Well, if that didn't sell you, I don't know what will. You can check out Ceratex and all their products at thelastcoat.com/Motorhead. Go check it out.
Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
All right, with apologies to my favorite late night host, here are the top 10 things I love about the Magic Creeper. Number 1, goes where other creepers cannot. Gravel, tree roots, rough pavement, no problem for the Magic Creeper. That's handy if you have an issue on the side of the road, or even if you're a shade tree mechanic, you can do your daily stuff on the Magic Creeper out in the yard and it will not be a problem. Number 2, you can bring the Magic Creeper along with you. You can't do that with a traditional creeper. They're big and they're bulky and there's no way you're going to be able to fit it into your vehicle, and certainly no way you're going to want to do that on a regular basis. The Magic Creeper just weighs a few pounds. You roll it up and you fit it behind your seat or in your trunk. Number 3, extra ground clearance. Traditional creepers have casters, and that's robbing you of a few inches of ground clearance. And most vehicles are actually only 9 or 10 inches off the ground, and that's not a whole lot of room to move around. The Magic Creeper is maybe a ½ inch thick, and that makes it a whole lot easier to get under most vehicles. Number 4, the Magic Creeper keeps you clean. If you're working outside, if you're stuck by the side of the road, the underside of the creeper gets dirty and you do not. Number 5, once you've dragged your Magic Creeper through the dirt, it's easy to clean. Just spray it with your favorite cleaner and wipe it off and you're good to go for next time. Number 6, the Magic Creeper has a bunch of other uses. We've shown you how you can use it as a pad when you're kneeling down to change a tire or working something low inside the house. And if you have a truck or a van, use it to move heavy loads, kind of like a conveyor belt. It can really move a lot of weight. Very cool. Number 7, the Magic Creeper is durable. It's really hard to snag or puncture the material, and it'll put up with a lot of abuse. We've had one here for years at the shop. Number 8, you can buy the Magic Creeper with the optional emergency roadside kit. That includes tools you'll need to make a few emergency repairs, and it'll keep you safe by the side of the road. Number 9, when you buy a Magic Creeper, you're supporting a small American business and a woman-owned business at that, and that's really important to me. Number 10, the Magic Creeper makes a great gift. Whether someone's into cars or could just use the Magic Creeper for emergencies, they're going to love it when you have one of these shipped to them. Get the Magic Creeper for yourself or for someone you know. You can find the original Magic Creeper at magiccreeper.com. Thanks for cruising along with us today. We are out of time for this week's episode, but we're going to do it again next week, so we hope you join us then. In the meantime, if you've got a product like the cool Viper you want to see on our show, email Jeff at masterstv.com. We'll get you here in the studio, and we can check it out and show the world. Until next week, from our entire Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings crew, we will see you. So long.
That was good.